What is going on? Just had to see if the mic was working because we had some issues last time. But what is going on, New York Giants fans? We got ourselves a win today in, honestly, I think we could say a very dominating win against the Las Vegas Raiders. And to me, classic New York Giants football. Strong defense, hard running game. And that's exactly what happened today. This defense didn't let up. I mean, granted, we were giving yards down the middle. We'll talk about that a little bit. But essentially, I'm very proud of this defense. This defense played hard. They played honestly, man. These rookies, Quincy Roche, Aziz Ojolari, the production that we're getting out of those two players in itself. Get Lorenzo Carter off of this team. Get O'Shea Zimenez off of this team because these two players are studs. Quincy Roche had the game-winning strip sack, which I tweeted this earlier this week. Which, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button. Follow us on Twitter. The link will be in the description. But I tweeted earlier this week that I love Quincy Roche. Quincy Roche, I get why the Pittsburgh Steelers released him, considering the fact that, they just have a lot of talent at that edge position. I get it. But the New York Giants were able to find a steal, man. And I'm stealing an undrafted player. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, Xavier McKinney came to play, 2 interceptions. Look, Xavier McKinney's been sniffing the ball all year. He just needed his opportunity, and he got some. I mean, beautiful pick six, right? Beautiful pick six. I mean, there were other instances in this game that the ball could have been picked off. We know that Adoree Jackson dropped one in the end zone. He's kind of done that frequently this year, but outside of that, we were putting pressure on Derek Carr. I mean, we weren't really getting home, but we were still putting pressure on Derek Carr. We were able to pat down some balls that would have been converted third downs, converted second downs, and that's huge. That's really huge, especially when we're going to talk about this as well with this offense. When you have this kind of an offense and this kind of a defense, I mean, the defense has to be the strength, and this offense has to be able to keep the defense off of the field. Or else we're not going to really win games. And looking at it, obviously there's going to be some fans that were upset with the play calling for this game. Pulling up some stats here, Daniel Jones was 15 to 20, 110 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. He did have a fumble that was lost. Yannick Ngakwe, who's known for stripping the ball, was able to successfully strip sack Daniel Jones. Looking at it as well, really the tell of the game was Devonta Booker. Devonta Booker, the last 2 weeks, has really showed why he was brought here and that he's worth the money. Now, I was one of the Giants fans that I wasn't really a big fan of the Devonta Booker signing. I thought that was a lot of money that you're going to pay towards your second string running back, but I did understand that there was a possibility that Saquon may miss time this season because, let's be honest, Giants fans, Saquon Barkley is heading towards being labeled as injury prone. So Devontae Booker again had a very good game. 21 carries, 99 yards. He averaged 4 yards per carry. Elijah Penny was getting active as well. 5 carries for 35 yards. We saw Daniel Jones, which Daniel Jones, he wanted to win this game more than anyone. I got to give a lot of credit to Daniel Jones for the work that he put up. Outside of that one fumble, he had a pretty good game. Now, I will say this much: I didn't really agree with us not really getting the ball to our wide receivers that much. I mean, looking at it, the one touchdown that Daniel Jones had was to Evan Ingram, who he's having 2 games back to back where he's had a touchdown. That was actually the first touchdown of the game of the day, excuse me, for the NFL. So Evan Ingram has 3 receptions, 38 yards, 1 touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 2 receptions for 28 yards. Obviously, you want to see that improve, but this is his first game back. We also have Devontae Booker, who was 3 receptions for 23 yards. Kyle Rudolph, 4 receptions for 20 yards. A little upsetting to see that, Kadarius Toney had one reception for 9 yards. Darius Slade was, he had no receptions. He was very invisible. He was not in this game at all. And it's really unfortunate to see, but I also understand that with how well the run game was going, to really just run it down their throats. I mean, because Daniel Jones was taking a beating back there. Offensive line had its moments where it played pretty well, but we had a lot of moments where Yannick was getting back there. Max Crosby, who's a stud, was getting back there. Um, and honestly, man, a win is a win. We're going into the bye week with the win. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. Dallas lost today too. But honestly, man, this defense, I'm here to say that this defense is looking like the same defense that we had last year. I mean, when you look at the last 3 games, how can you argue that? The last 3 games, the defense has been the bright spot to this team. We're a very bend but don't break defense. Yeah, we may give up a couple yards, but once we get into that red zone, we're locking you up. Straight up, we're locking you up. So for me, I was very happy with how the Giants played today. Obviously, I would have loved to see the ball get thrown around a little bit more. I would have loved to see, Daniel Jones take more shots downfield. But he had a solid game, man. I'm very, very pleased with how he played today. I will say this much. Can we stop the double pass with Kadarius Toney? Because it seems that we've been trying this almost every game and it just doesn't work. Teams aren't falling for it. I don't want to see Kadarius Toney get hurt. Last week it worked. We know when he had a nice pass to Sterling Shepard, but at the same time, maybe not. Maybe not during the Bucks game. Let's try to get him out into space. I'm very excited. Very excited. This was a very good Raiders defense. However, the run game we knew going into this game was very suspect. So to me, I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. But what's going on, Giant Opinion Sports? I did not know that the stream kept pausing. I apologize that y'all had to deal with that. So, Blue City Empire Sports, what's going on, man? I'm pumped, man. I am so pumped. This was a good game. It definitely came down to the wire. Um, for me, I there was definitely a lot of moments where I was almost having a heart attack. So, but what's a New York Giants game without a potential heart attack? Am I right? What's going on, EZ3? What is going on, man? I was born in '96. I ain't seen no '96 games, so I don't know. But it's I really loved how this defense played, man. I mean, this defense was the bright spot to this team again, next to Devonta Booker. Devonta Booker had a hell of a game. What's going on, Nate Talk Sports? Uh, I'll drop the link if y'all want to come in. Y'all are more than welcome to come in. I'll drop it in there for y'all right now. Should have done that earlier, but I was my ass is just focused. But I'll drop that in if y'all want to stop by and say what's up. But going into the bye, man, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling very confident. I'm not really afraid of Tampa. I mean, going into Tampa, we should have Andrew Thomas back. We should have a healthy Saquon Barkley back. So I'm feeling good. Nate, how you feeling, my brother? What's
Oh, jeez Christ. Oh my God. I had a heart attack mid-game.
Likewise, man. There was moments, man, because I was watching the game, I was watching Pat's stream, and I'm
Yeah.
going back and forth, and I'm like, where was like losing my mind, like, and
At one
I'm
point,
very
Judge was
happy.
pissing me off. It was that game was that's a crazy game.
Goya, what's going on, G Nation? What's going on, brother?
And finally, we
Um,
get a break. Jesus Christ, we get a break.
man, I mean, when I look at how the season is going, man, the Giants, looking at us at 3-6, man, this team really should be like 6-2.
Yeah,
This team should really be like 6-2, at worst 5-3.
yeah.
Um, but man, honestly, we're not that far out of the division. I mean, Dallas lost today. I'm not saying that we're going to go over and take the division by any means, but I mean, I don't see Philly winning this game. I really don't see Philly winning this game. That's just how I feel. But what were your takes from the game, man? How did you feel? What really stood out to you?
The way that we played defense, man, keeping the guy in front, which is something that we needed to do because Darren Waller was killing us up the field.
Yeah, that he
That's
was, man.
that's what I said. At Darren Waller in time. and Travis Kelce are two different guys. Travis Kelce is one of those guys who's going to just be a receiver. Darren Waller is just a ball tight end. He's going to use his strength to get open.
Yeah, and we saw when James Bradbury wasn't shadowing Darren Waller, he was getting open. He was
Yeah.
creating space. I mean, there was one play in particular in the fourth quarter where James Bradbury went out. He went out for one play. Sam Beal checked in, and there's three Giants defenders within at least like
Yeah.
3-4 yards from Darren Waller, and he's still getting targeted. Was able to pick up a couple yards. I mean, that's the threat that you have when you have a playmaker like that, and that's exactly what Darren Waller is. He's definitely one of those players going into this game that I thought the New York Giants had to put an X on, because if you don't stop a player like Darren Waller, he's going to bust. He's going to bust that field right open. I mean, and he's done that numerous times. I mean, I think that he's definitely up there with players like Travis Kelsey and George Kittle. But he's his own breed of a tight end. I feel, man, because
Yeah.
he's just so quick. He has great hands. There was moments in this game where he's catching the ball and taking a hard hit, and he's not dropping that ball. He's not even concerned about dropping it.
Yeah.
And
You know how
I,
sad it
I
is? We could
love it.
still make the wild card.
We could honestly, and I was actually talking about that earlier with
You know
another
what the leader
Giants
in the
fan.
wild card is right now?
Isn't it the Vikings?
It's the Falcons and the Panthers.
And the Falcons, I think right now are
They're
five and
4-4.
four.
We
Oh,
could
they're 4-4.
we are only now basically 1.5 game because the wild card because the bye thing will give us a half game. So
Yep. And
hopefully praying that we can at least make a wild card.
and Nate, all I'm gonna say is, I mean, you look outside of that Tampa game, man. I mean, the Chargers don't really scare me as great of a player. I think Justin Herbert is,
Yes.
man. I mean,
Marvin, we
I
just played the same team.
yeah, we
We just
look.
played the same team.
As much as I love Justin Herbert,
Yeah.
Derek Carr is still a great quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
We got pressure, and that's something that we needed this game to get freaking pressure. I was waiting so bad for a sack, and then
yeah,
Roche, dude, that guy is. We got
I
to
love
steal.
him.
That's a steal, man. For that guy,
I love
we
him.
got to do it off the waiver wire
Yeah,
in
and,
this crap.
and I get it. I get why the Steelers let him go. Obviously, with them having all the edge rushing depth.
Yeah,
But I'll take it, man. That was a steal of a player. And honestly, man, that just further tells
yeah,
me, players like O'Shane, players like Lorenzo, they're out of here. We don't need
yes,
them. There's no reason, even if Lorenzo comes back healthy, to me, in my eyes, there's no reason why Lorenzo Carter should be the starter. I think that, you put him, in a rotation. I would start Quincy Roche and Azeez Ojulari, because
yes,
those are going to be your two guys going forward. That's just how I'm thinking.
yeah,
And looking at this defense, man, I mean, this defense is looking very good. It's looking very reminiscent of the defense we had last year, which we were expecting to have this defense. And it came just like last year. It came in the later half of the season. We're starting to click. The last 3 games were looking solid. And I mean, we're going into the bye. We're going to be getting players back. I mean, I'm not afraid of Tampa. I keep saying it, but I'm not afraid of Tampa. Um, and if we can get a win off of Tampa, I think the fans buy back in. I got to be honest with you. I think the fans buy back in because you do have fans, like G Nation, like myself, that are still, confident that the Giants can turn this around
yes,
and build something. And even when I have my moments where I'm saying, fuck this team, I'm done with.
yeah,
Not even saying I'm done with this team because I haven't missed a game since 2007, but just me being like, I can't do this. Like, this is every week, it's the same thing. This team can still turn things around. It can still
we
turn
own
things
our
around.
destiny, man. We need to, and that's what I'm saying now. We need to beat the Bucks.
And I think that honestly, man, I think that we will.
Yeah,
I think that we will, man. And
I
looking at the run,
better and I better see, man. I better see the fight that we had today. People were defending, which I didn't even understand. Kyle Rudolph, as much that we hate him, he made some clutch catches, man. When we needed the guy to make third down
yeah,
catch, he did his crap. He does what he usually does, the curl routes, all that stuff. And he's not a flashy player, but he's just one of those benches tight ends who just makes clutch catches when he needs to.
Yeah, he's definitely playing that Jason Witten role, right? He's picking up a couple yards. He's picking up that first down where when it's maybe 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3. That's really what we need. We need a nice security blanket, and I think that's why he was brought here. Outside of his presence in the red zone, which the Giants have been struggling. Putting points up in the red zone. I mean, we've been doing better at it. The last 2 games,
Mhm.
but even with that, we still got to improve. Nate Solder looked bad, but still,
Pert had a terrible game.
he
Like that
did.
like
He
that's
really
this is
did.
something I'm scared about Tampa because Tampa's edge rushers. We need Thomas back.
We
That
should be getting him back. He should be coming off
we
of
we need
IR.
steak. We need the whole crew back. We need that offense, man, to beat Tampa because if we play with the game they played today, Tampa will kill us because
Oh, absolutely,
they have a killer
absolutely.
offense.
If you could tell me that we can get Andrew Thomas back, a healthy Saquon Barkley back, and putting Pear on the right side, I give us a chance. I give
Yeah,
us a chance. We didn't really leave this game with too many injuries. I know Devonta Booker was getting looked at towards the ending of the game. Thankfully, nothing's wrong with James Bradbury. He went out for that one play and
yeah.
came back another
I think
play
it was just
later.
they wanted to take him off the field because he was getting hit. So I looked back. Oh, I went on the all 22 when the play happened. I was like, what happened? The player went like this. It was just a collision where they just go like this, collision, take him out. It was
Yeah, it
that
was kind of
that
scary. I
is
can't hold you.
just and I'm shocked, man. But McKenny, what a game, man.
Oh man, he's been sniffing the ball all week. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
not all week, excuse me, all season. And it was only a matter of time. And we needed players to step up on this defense. And really, that's what we've been getting. When you look at it, really, that's what we've been getting. Since the Panthers game, or you could say since the Saints game. Where the defense has been looking a little bit better. Obviously, the Cowboys game, the Rams game, uh, defense really wasn't looking too good. But I really do think that the last 3 weeks, counting this game, the defense has been coming along. Now, when you look at the rest of the season, man, I mean, we're going into the bye, getting players back healthy. You got
mhm,
Tampa, then you got the Eagles, the Dolphins, the
yeah,
Chargers, the Chargers, I respect the Chargers. The Cowboys, I have the Giants actually pulling the upset in that game. The Eagles, the Bears, and then we have Washington again. We outside of the Chargers game, and you can make an argument, obviously, for the Buccaneers. They can pull that off. I mean,
yeah,
I could see them sweeping the Eagles. I know, obviously, that's going to be a lot harder to do because obviously within the division, we don't really play too well against the Eagles. But
yes,
I'm not sold on the Eagles this season. The
yeah,
Dolphins are looking abysmal. I mean, Bears are looking abysmal. Washington is Washington. We should have won that game in week 2. So I mean, the Giants could honestly, and I agree 100% with what Easy 3 said, and I kept it up here for a reason. We do have to pay attention to the wild card race, and as you mentioned, I mean, the Falcons, Vikings. I mean, there's the Giants aren't out of it. If you want to say that they're out of it in terms of their division,
oh, come
okay,
on, dude.
I
The
get
Ravens
that.
have the ball. Come on, dude. Beat these goddamn Vikings. Come on.
If they can beat them, in that only betters us, man.
32 at the 31. Okay, they could win this. Come on.
What's going on, G-Man 409? He says, Hit Squad has it going, bro. Nice dub going into the bye. You damn right, man. This was a dub long overdue. I'm tired of honestly, man, putting ourselves in positions where we should be winning the game and us shooting ourselves in the foot. We had moments, don't get me wrong, where we could have shot ourselves in the foot. Especially I thought it was a clean hit, but Keon crossing when he hit the punter, that
Yeah.
that could have been a lot worse than what we thought. I mean, and I thought it was clean, but it was still stupid. It's still stupid.
What
You don't
I'm
want
gonna
to do
say
that.
though today though, the special teams they just sucked. Like it was
Horrible, man.
the punt coverages. Like this is what I don't understand. Joe Judge, you're a special teams coach. What the hell are you doing?
He's a special teams coach who preaches discipline, and we have 12 penalties on special teams. I believe it's 12 penalties on special teams this season. I'm gonna double check that.
This is but this is crazy. This is I can't believe this happened.
What happened, man, with the Ravens game?
No, this win. This is
Oh, this
shocking.
win.
This is
Yeah,
shocking. All of our we're gonna get our asses kicked today. Oh my god. How did we
I honestly, I saw a lot of Giants fans, saying that we were going to go into this game with the win. We were going to leave this game with the win, and I thought the matchups were great. I mean, we don't have the best running attack in terms of running the ball, but they had the worst run defense. I mean, in terms of the Raiders, they were known for, the big play. Derek Carr has been really stretching the field with Renfro, with Ruggs, who's now now is not on the Las Vegas Raiders. With Waller, he really does stretch the field, but the Giants limit that. And I thought they did a great job on really just stopping the big play. There were moments where Derek Carr was taking chances down the field. He was able to get Winfro on Darnay Holmes, I believe, in the first quarter. Um, but at the same time, man, I'm very pleased with this defense, man. Very, very pleased with this defense. Pleased with how this team played. Obviously, there's things that I wish we could have done differently, but at the same time, I'm not gonna complain, man. I'm not gonna complain at all. But
W to W.
exactly, man. Exactly. And hey, I mean, like I said, we're going to be going into the bye not only with the win, but feeling confident. I think that this team is feeling confident and knowing that we're going to be coming out of the bye with some healthy players, man. I'm feeling good. Been a
And
while,
now
feel good. Oh, my fault. What were you saying, man?
now we are in the wild card race. Now we are in a good spot to do something. And now we could just anything we have to control our own destiny now. Now it's whatever happens, happens.
Exactly. We can't beat ourselves, which I think honestly that's the story of the season. Because
Hmm.
you look outside of the Rams game, Dallas, yes, we did get blown out, but look at the injuries, man. So I can't get too hard on them for that.
Hmm.
But we don't really get blown out. This team plays with fight, but we do beat ourselves. I tweeted this earlier. We are elite at beating ourselves. It's just what it is. I can't say that teams come in and really put the work on us. They lay it down. We really beat ourselves. With costly penalties. Um, it's a lot of different ways we beat ourselves, man. But I'm pleased, man. I'm pleased. G-Man 409 says, been a while to feel good going into the bye. Last few years been shitty season, been over with by then. You're absolutely right, man. I mean, a lot of and I understood. I understood. A lot of Giants fans were saying, football's done by Halloween, which that's really what we're used to, right?
Hmm.
And this team can still turn it around. This team can still turn it around, and you're absolutely right, man. Because 9-7 can be done one game at a time, and like we just broke down, looking at it week by week, man. Outside of the Chargers game, man, because I think that we could take on Tampa. We should have won last year. We didn't, but this is a week by week league, and I think that with how we're playing, if we can build off this, get some players back,
There you
I'll
go.
take I'll take the New York Giants.
There you go. The Ravens just won. There you go.
Let's go.
That's big.
Justin Tuck with the game winner. Let's go. So now we got the Vikings at 3-5. So that's going to push them down. The Falcons, let's see where the Falcons are right
The
now.
Falcons won their game.
Yeah, they're 4-4.
Yeah, and they're
So
in the 8 seed. So they're in the 8 seed right. I think they're 7 or 8. They're one of those 7 or 8.
and the Falcons, who do they got next? Oh man, they got the Cowboys next. Yeah, that's gonna be
Cowboys, can
tough.
you just do something? Can you just beat them? Like, please.
Hey, look, if they beat them, man, and the Giants can get a win against Tampa, you're only 2 games out the division at that point.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, man. You made an excellent point. Giants control their own destiny. That's really all we have to focus on at the moment.
So right now the Vikings, we're go up not up to like 9 right now.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, beat
with
the
the Philly
Panthers. Yeah,
loss,
we may go up to 9 because and then if we beat them, we have to beat the Eagles now. Now we have to beat the Eagles.
I'm praying that we can, man. I'm really praying that we can. I mean, I'm not sold with how they are as a team. However, I do I respect the rivalry that they do. They get on us a lot. Same way that we get on Washington. I mean, Washington, we can kind of circle them every year as a dub, and I'm sure Eagles fans do that with us. But I'm not buying it this season.
Yeah,
I'm just not.
this season is just a different team.
Exactly.
It's a
I'm
way different. But I think the coaching, we need that coaching in that game. 'Cause it
Oh,
better not be some
absolutely.
dumb crap where we drop the ball and then we call a time. It better not be some dumb play where we're like, "Well, we lost the game."
Exactly. We don't need what we saw last year with Darius Slayton dropping the ball or us giving up a touchdown last second to Boston Scott. We don't we don't need that right now. We really don't. But look, I wanted to keep this short because I promised, Nate and them that I jump over, not excuse me,
Yeah.
not Nate and them, Pat and them that I jump over, to Ash's channel for the Eagles game. But look, Nate, I appreciate you sliding through, always showing love. Shout out everybody in the comments, Giant Opinion Sports, Blue City Empire, Easy 3, G Man 409, G Nation. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it.